What if the same spotlight that once made you famous one day became the very pressure that broke you from the inside? Yes, today we are talking about those stars who, even while standing at their peak, made one mistake that destroyed everything. And their condition today is so shocking that you won't be able to believe your eyes. So today on Hollywood Mistakes, we bring you the heartbreaking stories of 10 actors whose lives were destroyed by alcohol addiction. These are not stories of weakness. These are stories of pressure, fear, stress, loneliness, and a desperate attempt to feel normal again. So let's begin without any delay. And if you're not already on our channel, first hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. 1. Robert Downey Jr., the miracle who was almost lost forever. Before Iron Man, our DJ was Hollywood's most tragic tale. Raised in a home where addiction was normal, alcohol became his silent companion from childhood. By the late 90s, he was drinking morning, day, night. He arrived drunk to sets. He disappeared for days. Police found him passed out in strangers' homes. Studios banned him. Producers called him unreliable, unstoppable, and dangerous. He spent nights in jail, days in court, months in rehab, but nothing worked. He later admitted, "I didn't want to die. I just didn't know how to live." His face changed. His body collapsed. His career vanished. Even his friends gave up. But somehow, inside that broken man was a fire. He clawed his way back. The world saw Iron Man, but the real miracle was the man underneath. Our DJs then and now remains Hollywood's biggest warning, and its biggest hope. 2. Ben Affleck, the Oscar winner who felt unworthy of his own success. Ben Affleck had everything: money, fame, talent, respect. But inside he felt empty. Alcohol became his comfort, his escape, his silence. It began as casual drinks, then heavy nights, then drinking alone. Soon, the world saw the cracks. Leaving casinos drunk, falling outside his house, breaking down in public. He confessed, "I drank because it worked. It took the pain away until it didn't." He destroyed his marriage. He lost major roles. He entered rehab again and again. His then and now shows a man who aged emotionally, mentally, physically, far before his time. Affleck fights still, proving addiction isn't a chapter, it's a lifelong war. 3. Charlie Sheen, the superstar who self-destructed in front of the world. Charlie Sheen wasn't just famous, he was the highest-paid TV actor in history. But alcohol didn't care. His drinking triggered wild nights. That turned into wild years. Alcohol fueled anger, violence, scandals. Producers fired him. Studios abandoned him. Millions watched as he unraveled live on television. He said, "I was drinking 24 hours a day. I didn't care if I lived or died." His health collapsed. His appearance changed drastically. His entire empire crumbled. His then and now reflects one of the most dramatic falls in Hollywood history. 4. Mel Gibson, the legend who lost an empire. Mel Gibson built an empire. Actor, director, global icon. But alcohol shattered everything. His drinking led to public meltdowns, violent outbursts, and a drunken arrest that destroyed his reputation overnight. Hollywood shut its doors. Studios canceled contracts. His billion-dollar career evaporated. He later admitted, "I wasn't drinking to escape. I was drinking because I wanted it all to end." His transformation shows how alcohol can turn a beloved icon into a public villain in seconds. 5. Lindsay Lohan, the star who grew up too fast and broke too soon. Lindsay went from Disney princess to global sensation. But fame came too young. Alcohol came too easy. Her drinking spiraled into chaos. Car crashes, arrests, courtrooms, failed movie shoots, rehab after rehab. Hollywood stopped calling. Producers labeled her unreliable. Her then and now shows a heartbreaking shift from bright, fresh-faced talent to a visibly exhausted, struggling young woman, fighting to stay alive. She said, "I thought alcohol helped me cope, but it was killing me." 6. Shia LaBeouf, the genius consumed by his own mind. Shia was a prodigy, brilliant, raw, explosive, but inside he was fighting trauma and anger. He never learned to control. Alcohol became his release, his comfort, his madness. He crashed cars, started fights, attacked police, got arrested repeatedly. Directors refused to work with him. His career burned down, faster than anyone expected. He admitted, I drank to feel nothing. His then and now captures. A man whose emotional wounds were deeper than anyone knew. 7. Brad Renfro, the brightest talent Hollywood never got to keep. Brad was a natural star, a raw talent who stunned the world as a child. But fame gave him money, and money gave him access to every dangerous thing imaginable. Alcohol became his constant companion. By his late teens, he was out of control. He lost roles, lost trust, lost stability. At just 25, Brad Renfro died. No comeback, no redemption arc, just silence. His then and now remains one of Hollywood's most painful transformations, because the now ended far too soon. 8. Owen Wilson, the funny man who was dying inside. Owen made the world laugh, but he couldn't make himself smile. Behind his light-hearted characters was a man fighting deep depression. Alcohol made it worse. Friends described nights where Owen drank until his body gave up. In 2007, he was rushed to the hospital, a moment that exposed the truth behind his smile. He has fought since then, trying to rebuild his identity and distance himself from addiction. His transformation reminds us, happy faces can hide the darkest storms. 9. Daniel Radcliffe, the child star who drank to escape his own legacy. While filming Harry Potter, Daniel was drinking heavily in secret. He felt trapped by fame, trapped by expectations, trapped in a role he couldn't escape. He said, "I would show up drunk, hoping no one would notice." The pressure crushed him. Alcohol became his escape, but the escape nearly destroyed him. His then and now shows the emotional weight of being one of the world's most famous faces. Today he's sober, but his story exposes how brutally fame can wound a young mind. 10. Robin Williams, the genius whose joy hid his pain. Robin Williams was pure magic, a lightning bolt of energy and emotion. But behind the laughter was unbearable sadness. Alcohol was his shadow, his struggle, his chain. He relapsed multiple times. He lost roles. He fought demons louder than applause. He once said, "Drinking makes you feel small, invisible, broken." His death devastated the world and revealed how deeply he fought to keep everyone else smiling while he suffered silently. His then and now is the most heartbreaking of all. The transformation of a man who gave the world joy but received loneliness in return. From Robert Downey Jr.'s miracle comeback to Brad Renfro's heartbreaking end, these stories reveal one harsh truth. Alcohol doesn't destroy a life in a day. It destroys it slowly, silently, sip by sip. These actors weren't weak. They were hurting. They were drowning in pressure the world never saw. Fame gives money and spotlight, but not peace, not healing, and not protection from addiction. In the end, one thing becomes clear. The brightest stars carry the darkest shadows. If this documentary opened your eyes, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to X Hollywood Mistakes. And don't forget to watch our next video too, because the truth behind fame never ends. Movie camera, this is X Hollywood Mistakes. See you in the next one.